Pre-algebra lesson 90, algebraic sentences. So algebraic sentences is a continuation of a lesson we just did a few days ago. I recorded it today, but what was that lesson? 86, lesson 86, right? And since I just recorded that lesson today, but you guys watched a few days ago, I still have the paper, right? So if you remember in lesson 86, we learned how to write algebraic phrases, which are just simply parts of a sentence, right? And our keywords were sum, difference, product. Every time we see those, we create a set of parentheses with the addition, subtraction, or multiplication symbol inside, and then we use our conjunction and our nouns to finish off the expression in the parentheses, and then if possible, we always simplify the expression in the end. Well, now, to make an algebraic sentence, we're going to add, so we've got our keyword, sum, difference, product, and then we're going to add a verb. The verb being is, was, and these verbs are going to be the equal sign, right? So for example here, they say the sum of twice a number and 42 is 28. That is going to be my equal sign, right? So let's go ahead and write this on a piece of paper, and then I'll break it down in colors to help you see it. Okay, sorry, hold on. There we go. So here's our sentence. We have the sum of twice a number and 42 is 28. So we'll break this down piece by piece. We've got our magic word sum, which means I'm going to do parentheses with a plus sign in the middle. Now I look for my conjunction. Next conjunction is and. Got it. And I'm going to look for my two nouns. Let's see here, noun on the left, number. So number, I'll put n. And noun on the right, 42. Okay. Now here's the new part, like I was telling you, with that verb. The verb is, was. Those words mean equal sign. So that is going to become my equal sign, right? So I just, wherever that verb is, I put an equal sign right there. And then lastly, I'm just going to copy down the right side. In this case, the right side is just the number 128. Now, I've successfully written an equation using an algebraic sentence. From here, I'm not done. Now I'm going to solve it. Okay? So, let's see. I'll use blue to solve today. From here, I can rewrite it. I don't need these parentheses anymore because it can be simpler without them. There's nothing else interacting with this, so I can just put n plus 42 equals 128. From there, I can subtract 42 from each side. That 42 cancels. On the left side, I have n equals 8 minus 2 is 6, 12 minus 4 is 8, so n equals 86. That's my final answer. And let's look back here. What? Oh no, I made a mistake. I forgot about one thing. Okay, so quick thing I forgot about. I don't think I mentioned this in the last video, and that's part of it. I skipped twice a number, right? So it didn't just say the sum of a number and 42. That's something that hopefully we haven't been getting wrong. Twice a number. So since it said twice a number, this should not have been n. This should have been 2n, right? And that should have also been 2n, which means down here I didn't have n equals 86. I had 2n equals 86, which means I should have divided. From there, if I divide by 2 as my last step, that will cancel. 86 divided by 2 gives me 4 and 3. So the final answer should have been n equals 43. Maybe there's some other scenarios I forgot about. Oh, okay, I forgot to do multiples of a number, and I forgot to do greater or less than. All right, so let's talk about a couple of other sentences. Let's see here. I'll write them out. Okay, so these are the few pieces that I seem to have missed. First one, so we've got sum of conjunction 5 and 3 times a number. So the first thing I forgot about is if we ever have the word times a number. Times meaning multiply, we have to treat this entire piece as the single noun. So we've got sum, we've got the plus sign, and then that entire piece has to become the second number. So the first number here is 5, and then this, the 3 times the number, so any adjectives describing the noun, we also have to put in here. So 3 times the number would be 3 times x. Okay, so that's the one that we just ran into in the previous problem. I forgot to talk about any adjectives that describe nouns. Now, the other two things that we need to watch out for are these phrases, greater than and less than. These are little trick phrases. So you might be tempted for these to write, okay, 42 greater than a number, well, that's just going to be 42 plus x, and 42 less than a number, that'd be 42 minus x. You might be tempted to do that. That is, in fact, wrong. No. All right, whenever you see these words greater than or less than, you need to remember I need to put that to the back of the noun, right? So if we see greater than or less than, then this number has to go behind the next noun. So what I do is I have to write it backwards. So 42 greater than a number is going to be a number, and then 42 greater goes at the back. All right, 42 less than a number is going to be a number, and then minus 42 goes at the back. So that's the proper way to do this. See, if I write 42 minus x, I'm actually saying x less than 42, right? So these sentences are written a little bit backwards, so those are things we have to watch out for. Now that we've got that, we'll do one last example for those of you who I unfortunately may have confused, and then we'll call it quits for this video, right? And we'll find the tough ones, that way we can get some pretty good practice on all of these concepts. There we go. So let's say we have, actually I'm going to pause the video right now so it doesn't take too long. Okay, so we have 27 less than the product of 3 and the number is 144. So let's start with that word less than, right? So 27 less than, which means that this 27 is going to go behind the next noun. The next noun is product, right? So product means multiply. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to put the product down. I'm going to multiply two nouns. In two nouns, I look for the next conjunction, product of and. So first noun is going to be 3. Next noun, number, no adjectives changing it. So I'll just put x there, and I need to put that 27 less than right behind it. So the 27 less than goes behind the product. It's minus 27. Now I come to the all-important is, right? So is right after all of this, equals, and then the number 144 simply just gets copied down, 144. Great. Now I have to see if I can write this any simpler. 3 times x I can just put as 3x, the minus 27, no change, and then equals 144, no change. Now I go to my rules of equations, adding 27 to each side of the equal sign. Excuse me. And I have 3x equals 3x equals 171. Now I'll divide each side by 3. That cancels. 171 divided by 3. Well, let's see here. 3 goes into 17 5 times. 15, 2, 1. 3 goes into 21 7 times. 21, 0, 57. So x is equal to 57. And that's my final answer. And haha, we got that one right. That's it for this lesson. If you have any questions, let me know on the school website, and I will see you in class.